Welcome to our digitalized taxpayers briefing and orientation. I will be discussing final withholding taxes. But before we start, what is the importance of the withholding tax system? The withholding tax system is considered as an effective tool in the collection of taxes for the following reasons. Number 1, it increases voluntary compliance. Number 2, it reduces the cost of collection efforts. Number 3, it prevents delinquencies and revenue losses. And lastly, it prevents dry spell in the fiscal conditions of the government by providing revenues throughout the taxable year. So what are final withholding taxes? A final withholding tax is a kind of withholding tax prescribed on certain income payments. It is not creditable against income tax due of other income subject to regular tax rates. Final withholding taxes are constituted as a full and final payment. The liability rests primarily on the payer as a withholding agent. Failure to withhold, or in case of underwithholding, the deficiency tax shall be collected from the payer or the withholding agent. When to file final withholding taxes and what are the forms to be used? Final withholding taxes are to be filed monthly and quarterly. For the monthly filing and remittance, form to be used is BIR Form 0619F. And for the quarterly filing and remittance, form to be used is BIR Form 1601FQ. So what are the income payments subject to final withholding taxes and its tax rates? So here are the following income payments subject to final withholding taxes and their corresponding ATC codes and tax rates. How to compute final withholding taxes. So we have here an example. Taxpayer A has a franchise of food cart business, and his monthly royalty fees to his franchisor amounts to 30,000 pesos. How much is the final withholding tax due? For the monthly filing and remittance, monthly royalty fees of 30,000 pesos multiplied by the applicable tax rate of 20% is equivalent to 6,000 pesos final withholding tax due, and this is to be filed using BIR Form 0619F and to be paid on or before the 10th day of the following month. For the quarterly filing and remittance, royalty fees with a cumulative amount of 90,000 pesos multiplied by the applicable tax rate of 20%. It is equivalent to 18,000 pesos final withholding tax payable, less 12,000 pesos final withholding taxes paid on the previous 2 months, is equal to 6,000 pesos final withholding tax due. This is to be filed using BIR Form 1601FQ and to be paid on or before the last day of the month following the close of the quarter. How to fill out monthly remittance form or BIR Form 0619F. Fill out all the important details. Write the applicable month and year on item 1 corner, and write the due date on item number 2. Write your pertinent information on items 6 to 12 like your TIN, RDO code, withholding agent's name and address, zip code, contact number, and email address. Part 2 of the tax form constitutes the tax remittance details. Therefore, fill out the information on items 13 to 19 based on your computation. How to fill out Quarterly Remittance Form or BIR Form 1601 FQ. Fill out all the important details. Write the applicable year on item 1 on the upper left corner and check the applicable quarter on item 2. Write your pertinent information on items 6 to 13 like your TIN, RDO code, withholding agent's name and address, zip code, contact number, and email address. When is the deadline for filing and payment of final withholding taxes? Deadline for the filing and payment of final withholding tax returns are the following. For monthly remittance, on or before the 10th day of the following month. For quarterly remittance, on or before the last day of the month following the close of the quarter. Don't forget to file and pay your taxes on time to avoid penalties. That is all for final withholding taxes. Thank you!
Para sa Pilipino, lakas at galing, sibak galing.